guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my December TBR. So I'm really excited about this TBR. I think this will be the last TBR that I make for a while, just because I don't typically like to be constrained to a TBR, but there's a few readathons happening this month and I am trying to read a lot of books before the end of the year so that I can make my tentative goal of 100 books for the year. I'm currently at 80, so I'm feeling okay about it. I mean, that means I have to read 20 books this month, which is fine. I'm not going to be talking about all 20 books that I'm planning on reading because that is a lot of books and I'm not completely sure about all of them. A lot of them are just kind of guesses, but I will be talking about the two readathons that I'm planning on participating in, and then just a couple of books that I'm thinking about reading outside of the readathon. So let's start with the 'Tis the Season-a-thon. This is hosted by Bookables and a few other booktubers that I'm blanking on at the moment. It's taking place from the 3rd of December through the 9th of December. It's actually starting today as I'm filming this. I haven't read a single page yet. It's fine. So let's just get into my TBR for this readathon. I'm not participating in their group book because I don't have a copy of it and I just don't feel like reading it. Maybe one day I'll get to it, but just not during this readathon. So the first challenge I'm participating in is read a book with red or green on the cover, and so for this I went with The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is a reread for me, but I've been wanting to reread it this year because I haven't reread it in 4 years. I've only read it once, but I absolutely adore this book and the movie, but obviously from only reading the book once I really only remember the movie. I'm really excited to kind of get into this and reread it. I'm also going to be annotating it. I'm really excited to do so. Plus it takes place at around Christmas for part of it, so like it kind of goes. Plus it's really short, which is like the ideal readathon book, and obviously this whole cover is green. So okay, so this next book actually works for two challenges. It works for the challenge of read a book whilst listening to holiday music. I actually have a Christmas playlist on my iPod that I'll be listening to because I love the songs on there. And also for challenge number five, which is read a holiday themed book. So for that I'm doing Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. I'm kind of hesitant about this book. I only purchased it because it was 25 cents at my school book fair, and the reason why I have kind of low expectations, low hopes for this book is because I read Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist and just didn't enjoy it whatsoever. But I'm hoping that I will like this one a lot more. I don't really fully know what it's about. Okay, I'm just gonna read the back to you because I honestly don't know what this is about. Lily has left a red notebook full of challenges on her favorite bookstore shelf, waiting for just the right guy to come along and accept its dares. Dash, in a bad mood during the holidays, happens to be the first guy to pick up the notebook and rise to its challenges. What follows is a whirlwind romance as Dash and Lily trade dares, dreams, and desires in the notebook they pass back and forth at locations all across New York City. But can their in-person selves possibly connect as well as their notebook versions? Or will their scavenger hunt end in a comic mismatch of disastrous proportions? So it seems like a fun little holiday book, and if I enjoy it, there is a sequel. I can't remember what it's called, but 12 Days of Dash and Lily, something like that. But again, it's a fairly short read, so I'm going to use it for both of those two challenges. The next challenge, number 3, is read a warm and fuzzy book. So I chose Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. This is going to be my first read of the readathon. Oh my god, that means I get to start it today. Oh my god. Ooh. I'm annotating it and I'm really excited. My lipstick matches the cover. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I read it for the first time last year, and you're probably wondering, if you've been watching and keeping up to date with my wrap-ups this year, you'd be like, Brittany, you've already read this book this year. I know. But the movie comes out on Friday. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And I really just wanted to reread this book one last time. And also, I listened to this for the most part on audio the last time that I read it this year, and it kind of it wasn't as good as physically reading it, so I kind of just want to re-experience it and reread it from start to finish. And I'm really excited, and we're also, me, Peyton, and Julia, I think we're doing this for our 3rd read and watch, so we will probably be having a live show for this at some point, probably in the new year. So if you want to join in with us, make sure to read this book if you haven't yet already, or reread it. As me and Julia both are. Peyton's currently reading it for the first time, and I'm so freaking happy, and she's actually enjoying it, and I'm happy. I'm gonna be rereading this, annotating it, and watching the movie a million times when it comes out on Friday. I've already seen the trailer like 10 times. There was a clip released on Jimmy Fallon that I watched a million times, like just this one little part of it 10 billion times, and I cry every single time I watch the trailer at the exact same part. I'm emotional and I'm really excited. So I'm very excited to read this book, and the reason why I chose it for this challenge of Warm and Fuzzy book is because this book just makes me really happy. So that's why I chose it for this challenge. This book is about a fat girl named Willow Dean Dixon, and she has always kind of had a pretty like healthy relationship with her body. She's never really been self-conscious of it before. Her mom tends to like jab at her weight, calling her dumpling, and kind of just being pushy, wanting her to kind of lose weight and get in better shape. But Willow Dean has kind of always felt very comfortable in her skin until she kind of starts this low-key relationship with her co-worker Beau, and she starts to feel self-conscious of herself and her body every time that he touches her, and she starts to not like the way that she's feeling whenever he touches her. She doesn't like feeling self-conscious, so she decides to join the town's beauty pageant that her mom runs and has won before, to kind of start a revolution and to kind of prove a point that fat girls can be beautiful too, and you don't have to be skinny to be beautiful and to win a pageant. So I really love the message of this book. It's wonderful. I've been talking about it for too long. Let's move on. So the final challenge, number 4, is read a short book. So I'm doing More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera, which is another reread, and another reread within a year. I read this at the beginning of the year through audio, and I didn't like it as an audiobook. I didn't connect with it like I wanted to. So I've been wanting to give it a second chance, but I didn't think I'd give it a second chance until next year. But I'm going to do it now. It's relatively short. It's under 300 pages, so I figured why not just go for it. I've been in an Adam Silvera mood since I read They Both Die at the End and What If It's Us recently, and I'm just like, I need more Adam Silvera. And because I connected it so heavily to all of his other works, I'm hoping that by reading this book physically, like I have all of his other stories, I'll be able to love it like I originally wanted to. So if you don't know what this book is about, I honestly can't remember. Let me just read the inside. The Lateo Institute's revolutionary memory relief procedure seems too good to be true to Aaron Soto. Miracle cure-alls don't tend to pop up in the Bronx projects. Aaron could never forget how he's grown up poor, how his friends aren't there for him, or how his father committed suicide in their one-bedroom apartment. Aaron has the support of his patient girlfriend, if not necessarily his distant brother and overworked mother, but it's not enough. Then Thomas shows up. He has a sweet movie-watching setup on his roof, and he doesn't mind Aaron's obsession with a popular fantasy series. There are nicknames, inside jokes. Most importantly, Thomas doesn't mind talking about Aaron's past, but Aaron's newfound happiness isn't welcome on his block. Since he can't stay away from Thomas or suddenly stop being gay, Aaron must turn to Lateo to straighten himself out, even if it means forgetting who he is. I do love the concept of this book, so I am hoping that by reading it a second time in a different way, I will enjoy it more than the first time. So here's the hoping. Those are kind of the last books on my official 'Tis the Season-a-thon TBR, but I have 2 other books I'm going to hopefully be getting to along the way. So the other 2 books I'm going to be attempting during this week is Cress by Marissa Meyer. I'm actually listening to this through audiobook. I finally got it in from the library. I'm so happy. So I'm already like an hour or something into this audiobook, so I'm just going to be continuously listening to it throughout the week. It's a relatively long audiobook. I think it's like 15 hours because it is a fat book, so I am hoping to finish this week or next week, but it's just going to kind of be in the background, not go for any challenges. It's just going to be something that I'm listening to. The next book I would like to get to once I finish all my other books on my TBR, that's Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Oh my god, this book is huge. So this is the sequel to Lady Midnight. I haven't read this book yet. I am a disaster, okay? This book came out like last May or something. I don't even know when this book came out. It came out in early 2017. I bought it on release day and I just couldn't bring myself to read it, and I wasn't in the mood, and then I was like, oh, it's been too long. I finally reread Lady Midnight a couple months ago, and now I just need to finally get into this one and just devour it so that I can read Queen of Air and Darkness, because that comes out tomorrow. I'm going to try to read this in a matter of a few days. I read Lady Midnight really quickly. I'm pretty sure I read it in like a day, like within 24 hours. I'm pretty sure I finished it. So I'm hoping that I can get through this one just as quickly. Let's hope. Okay, so the second readathon that I'm participating is one that I'm actually hosting, and I actually helped create this readathon with Julia from My Reader's World and Peyton over at Peyton Reads. This readathon is happening immediately after the 'Tis the Season-a-thon. It's taking place from the 10th of December through the 16th of December. and I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy with all of the challenges that we came up with, and I'm really excited to vlog it for you guys because I am weekly vlogging this month and I'm so excited. This readathon is called the Jingle-A-thon, and let me tell you guys about all the challenges. So the first challenge is our group book. This is completely optional. Our same rules apply as in our Jackathon. You guys don't have to participate in any of these challenges. You can choose whichever ones you want to do, change them to be however works for you. You do you. This readathon is just about trying to get some reading done. Super flexible. But the group book that we've decided to do, and I think we'll be doing a live show about, maybe, I don't know, is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. This is kind of a Christmas Carol retelling. We follow a girl named Holly Chase who was visited by the three ghosts because she was a major Scrooge, but she didn't change her ways, and so now she's kind of a ghost herself. She's the latest ghost of Christmas past, so her afterlife is now dedicated to going to new Scrooges and showing them their past, and I'm really excited about it. Emma Books has been raving about this book since last year. So I'm really excited that we're all going to be reading it as our group book, and I'm really excited because it's a holiday book and I love holiday books. So the next challenge is kind of a weird one but also a fun one, and I'm really excited for it. I don't really know how to like word this, but it's basically a friend chooses your TBR book, just like we did during the Jackathon, but it's gift wrapped edition. So basically, you're going to give a couple of options. I'm doing 3 options for your friend to choose from, and they're going to gift wrap whichever one they want you to read. So I'm going to show you guys my 3 options and kind of explain it a bit better. So my 3 options are Wonderstruck by Brian Selznick, which looks really huge and intimidating, but it's half told within pictures. So I'm hoping this will be a quick read if Lorena's going to be wrapping my book, so if Lorena chooses this one, I'm hoping it'll be a quick read. Also, side note, whichever books Lorena does not pick for this readathon, I'm going to be reading in the month of December anyways. So that's the first option. The second option is Fantastic Beasts, the original screenplay, because it's a really quick read and I've been wanting to read it, and it was on my December TBR. And then we have Landline by Rainbow Rowell, which is a reread for me, and I'm also pretty sure this takes place around Christmas. Those are my 3 options. So basically, I'm going to be presenting Lorena with these 3 options, giving her some wrapping paper and whatever, and she's going to be wrapping up one of the books that she wants me to read. I'm really excited to see which one she picks, and like I said, whichever ones she doesn't pick, I'm still going to be reading throughout the month of December, just not during the week of the Jingle-A-thon. Okay, so the next challenge is read a book that you were gifted. It doesn't have to be one that you were gifted for Christmas or whatever. It can be for your birthday, it can be just someone randomly giving you a book, but you can also spin it to be a book that you're gifting yourself, because why not? Self-care, am I right? Okay. But I'm choosing a book, it's another reread, but it was a book that I was gifted for Christmas a few years ago from my grandma, and it is Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. This is just a little collection of 3 holiday short stories that kind of all intermingle with each other. I don't remember what they are about, but it's all on Christmas Eve, and I'm really excited. The next challenge is reread a book that makes you feel happy. So I love rereading books. If you couldn't tell, I've been rereading a lot of books this year, and just within this month I'm rereading a lot of books. But I love rereading, and so we wanted to kind of incorporate that into this readathon. So the book that I chose is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin. I love this book with all my heart. I haven't read it in a couple of years, and I really wanted to reread it and annotate it. So I'm really excited to be rereading this. I don't really know how to like describe what this book is about to you guys, but it's about a guy named A.J. Fikry. He works at a bookstore, and it's amazing. If you like books about bookstores, booksellers, recommend this one. This one is adult fiction. So if you're not into that, don't read it, but I'm really excited to be rereading it, and this book just makes me really happy because I just love it so much. So I'm really excited about this one. And the last challenge, yeah, we don't have 7 challenges this time around. We wanted to kind of like cut it back since it is the holiday season. It might be a little bit harder for some people to get some reading done, so we wanted to give you as much liberty as possible. So the last challenge is read a book that was on your 2018 TBR that you just haven't gotten around to yet, but you really want to. So I have 2 different options. I actually made a video about my 2018 TBR at the beginning of the year, and these were 2 books that were on there that I haven't yet gotten around to. I've actually done pretty well. Most of the books, like a good majority of the books that were on that list I actually have read. So like, pat on my back, proud of myself. So yeah, I have 2 books. I have Every Day by David Levithan, which I actually did already start. I'm on page 76, so I wouldn't be starting from fresh with this one. And the next one, my next option is The Bronze Key by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd book in the Magisterium series. The only thing with this one is that, 1, I'm more in a contemporary mood. 2, I was really enjoying listening to The Copper Gauntlet on audio, and I would like to listen to this one on audio as well, but I don't have it yet from Overdrive, so it kind of depends on whether or not I get it from Overdrive. If I get it from Overdrive, I'll listen to it. If not, I think I'll be reading Every Day. This one seems more likely. And then I can watch the movie adaptation that I never got around to. So, let's go. I'm excited. Whichever one I go with, I'll be happy with, but I couldn't choose between the 2 of them just yet, so those are those. So I hope you guys will participate in the Jingle-A-thon alongside me and Peyton and Julia, because we're really excited about this readathon. I know that it's a little bit of late notice, so I hope that you guys can still participate. We were just really disorganized this year. We were having a lot of trouble figuring out what challenges we wanted to do, so we're hoping that for next year, for any readathons that we do, we will be a lot more organized and give you guys a lot more notice. But I hope that because it is more of a chill readathon, you guys will be able to join in with us. I don't know, let me know down below if you're gonna try at least to participate in the Jingle-A-thon, because we'd love to have you guys. I'll make sure to put down below all of the challenges and dates and everything so that you guys know what's up. Yeah, so let's talk about the other few books that I'd like to be reading during the month. So obviously those books from the gift wrapped challenge of the Jingle-A-thon, I'll be reading whichever ones Lorena doesn't pick. But I also want to read My True Love Gave to Me. This is a collection of 12 holiday stories by various authors. I've only read a few of these when I borrowed a copy from a friend a couple of years ago. I would really love to finally finish it, so I'm going to reread the ones that I've already read and just continue on from there. I'm really, really excited. I think I'm going to read this right after the Jingle-A-thon, because that's the week leading up to Christmas, so I really want to do that, and I'm so excited. Next one is I'll be reading the Fantastic Beasts screenplay, whether or not Lorena picks it for the Jingle-A-thon or not. So I'll be reading The Crimes of Grindelwald by J.K. Rowling, the original screenplay, after that, because again, it's quick and I haven't read this one yet. So, oh look, it's all green and festive, yay. And the only other book that I wanted to talk about today is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassie Clare. Hopefully I'll be able to get around to it this month. I'm not too sure. We'll see. It is quite a large book, so we'll see if I actually get around to doing it, but I just need to make sure that I read Lord of Shadows if I do go to that signing, because girl, I've avoided spoilers for nearly 2 years. I'm not getting spoiled right at the end. No. Yeah, those are kind of all the books I wanted to talk about. There are, like I said, a lot more books on my TBR. I just didn't really want to discuss that many books because this video is already 25 minutes long. Then I'm gonna have to edit down. It's fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below what readathons you guys are participating in this month. If you're going to be participating in the Jingle-A-thon, I'd really love to know. Also, just let me know any of your December TBR books down below that you're trying to get read before the end of the year, because I know I'm trying to read a lot. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I would love to see you guys next time. Bye!